I've been here ever since I was around 4 years old, and I'm still here, which is really great. And I chose to stay here just because I did have such great memories of not only being in the temple, but also being in the religious school program as well.
We were looking for a congregation that would be close by, but also that would be welcoming of our family. My wife didn't grow up Jewish. Also, obviously, we're two women. So we were looking for a congregation that would feel welcoming of us and of our children. And this was the first one we found. So it seemed like the right fit.
So I've been teaching for quite a while now at a different congregation in the area, and was looking for a change. Changes were going on there, and I wanted something a little bit different. And I sent out a bunch of resumes. Rabbi Joe interviewed me, and just based on what he told me about the congregation, it seemed like a terrific fit. And it
I went to Endicott College to get my teaching license, to have teaching as my full-time career. So I also teach elementary school during the school week as well. 1 year into my career, Rabbi Joe and everybody knew that I had gotten my teaching license. There was an opening for a preschool position, and I was really excited. It's been really great for me to ignite that passion really early in the students and get them excited to come.
I went to the University of Hawaii. I went to a congregation there when my parents visited, and we went just for Saturday morning services, and the rabbi there said, "You know enough Hebrew, you need to be one of our Hebrew school teachers." And I was like, huh? And he just acknowledged, like, all you need is to be Jewish and to love being Jewish and to be able to express yourself enough to share that with the next generation. And then the pandemic happened, and we were coming back into the classroom that fall, and we were at an event before Hebrew school began, before religious school began, and I was approached by Debbie saying, "Hey, we need extra help. Is there any chance that you would be willing to try teaching with us?" And so I said, "Why not? I'll give it a try." And I've been here ever since. It's my 5th year, I think.
This is my 2nd year with them, so this year I've started to notice that they're starting to really get to know each other and to know that they're in like a Jewish community. So I think to me that's the biggest part, and that's what I want to sort of emphasize the most with this is that it is a community. Our temple's a community, and our classroom is a community.
And even online, when I teach the Zoom classes online, you can see that sense of community, the way they chat with each other when we're just waiting for everybody to come on and get started. If we're playing a game, that sense of community and a very friendly kind of competition there. And it's just wonderful to see how they feel like they belong and they're connected to the other students.
That just like for me, the recognition that who you are naturally, without trying to be anybody else, without trying to learn anything else, you already are enough, and you already have something special about you that you can share. And when I see that in the children, and that they're like, being Jewish is this thing that I just am. I didn't have to create it myself. I don't have to do anything special to be more. It just is. And it's so special, and it's so magical and interesting. And look, there's this whole tradition, and they get this light in their eyes about being Jewish and about the language and learning Hebrew and the holidays and the songs, and they're just lit up for no reason other than they figured out it's theirs.
So Hebrew has changed a lot here, even as well as across the country, since I first started teaching. And it's become more aware that students need to learn the way they would learn their native language. The more they hear Hebrew when they are in the younger grades, through Hebrew Through Movement, through the Boker Tov show words, through words teachers use in their classroom, the more they start hearing the sounds of Hebrew. And there's a strong connection between there and when they start doing the decoding and learning prayers, those sounds are in their minds. There's been a lot of scientific work behind that. The Hebrew Through Movement that's going from kindergarten through grade 3, and even a little bit this year with the 4th or 5th graders, we're putting a little bit of the idea where you hear the prayers over and over again, and yes, you start memorizing them. And that's not a negative thing, that's a positive thing. And then when the students have the words in front of them, they really have the sounds already in their minds and can then use the words to guide them, rather than the tedious kind of decoding that was done years and years ago, where many students did not feel successful. They like Hebrew Through Movement, it's fun, it's active, and they're getting something out of it. They're hearing these words. Laharim Regal. Laharim Regal. Laharim Regal. League pose. Wula Yisrael. Years ago now, I had a student who really struggled with decoding, and we weren't doing it the same way we do now, but you always get students who find it a little bit difficult no matter how you do it. And she stuck to it, and one day I was reading with her, and she got done. I said, wow, you did a fantastic job today. And she gave me a huge smile and said, you know, I used to hate reading Hebrew, and now it's really fun. And it's those kinds of moments when students realize they're successful, they can be successful. You hear them chant a prayer with so much enthusiasm on Sunday, and those are really the moments that make you think it's really worthwhile getting up so early on a Sunday morning.
I have to come anyway because I have 2 children in enough in Linda's class. So I'm coming from Grafton, I'm gonna be here anyway, so it's just a wonderful opportunity to stay and be a part of it and watch them go through it. Also for me, and this is like entirely about me, I grew up in a really different kind of congregation, I have a really different kind of Jewish background, so I feel like I'm learning all over again with the students, but in a way that really meets me, and it feels like it's progressing me along my own spiritual journey too.
A couple of them. I think one of the big ones is the idea of Lador Vador, passing it on to the next generation. You know, we all have that enthusiasm for Judaism. We all feel like part of a community. We all understand the traditions, and you want that next generation to have it as well. And it's all because of the program we have here. The way it's created leads to every child being successful.
Lador Vador Nagi Godlecha Lador Vador Nagi Godlecha Ulenetzach Netzachim Kedushatcha Nagdi